Right then, feels like a pretty big game for Bristol City today. Pretty big day for Bristol City Football Club as well. We face sixth place Blackburn Rovers at Ashton Gate today. City currently sit in ninth, 4 points off the team occupying the final playoff spot in the Championship at the moment. With a win, it could be a gap of just 1 point to Blackburn Rovers. However, we know it's going to be incredibly difficult for City tonight. We don't have the greatest of records against John Eustace's side, despite this home game last season when we won 5-0 somehow. But can Bristol City close that gap to 1 point and make it a significant day in our playoff hunt? John Eustace's Blackburn side then, they're very hard to beat. They tend to skew better at Ewood Park compared to their travels, which is a good thing. They've accumulated 26 points at Ewood, 16 away from home. I've played 2 more games at Ewood Park though, so the difference is not as big as some other teams in this division compared to their away form and their home form. Bristol City have I think a much larger difference in terms of away travels compared to home travels, recently anyway. So it's a good thing Bristol City back Ashton Gate. Well, we've had a bit of success recently, and you know, that confidence from that late equaliser at Hillsborough and the general performance for the last 30 minutes was excellent. That next step in terms of taking it forward and then taking it into this game and making sure it's 3 points today, not just one, and we're left disappointed with one or we don't get anything full stop from the game. That's got to be the next step. Right, that's it from me. It's going to be a really difficult game for Bristol City. It's going to be a challenge, and it's going to be facing a really well organised Blackburn Rovers side with some individual quality in the final third that has caused a lot of teams a lot of damage this season. It's a matter of fact, or it's a question rather, if Bristol City can break down that well-oiled machine that this Blackburn Rovers side are, despite them not being in good form, 1 win in 8. The return of Andy Weimann as well should be a good one, and hopefully he gets a fantastic reception, the one that he deserves, if and when he does get on the pitch at Ashton Gate today. And hopefully it's 3 points to back it up for Bristol City, making it a 4-point week, which should not be the worst return in the world considering the run of fixtures we've had. See you at Ashton Gate for Team News. Right then, we're ready to go. A few changes, a whole host of changes for Bristol City actually. Sinclair Armstrong comes in, and so does the pair of fullbacks, new pair of fullbacks, Hayden Roberts and George Tanner, and I think there's a final change as well. No Fally in the squad once again for Bristol City, and for Blackburn, well, Andy Weimann starts for Rovers and hopefully doesn't score against them. They've got a whole host of injuries. John Buckley and Alan Forshaw as a midfield pivot away from home. Could we target that? Dion Sanderson, who's a centre back, is I think from their team graphic playing left back. Yeah, another area where we could hopefully profit from. We'll see about the fullback changes. I'm not completely sure. Wing backs. I'm not completely sure on how much attacking kind of prowess they're going to give us in the final third. And I'm not entirely sure how warranted George Tanner and Hayden Roberts coming into the starting 11 is. But we'll see, and hopefully it goes well. But that's my major area of concern from a Bristol perspective this afternoon. Hopefully, 3 points. I've run out of words. Every time he gets a free kick anywhere near the 18-yard box, it's basically like a penalty. It is mental. The accuracy on that, dipping. It looks like, Pears is going to save it. Just dips underneath. It's a ridiculous free kick. because the angle is tight. It's not the distance. The angle is tight. He's put it right in the bottom corner. The man can't do anything wrong from free kicks. Man can do no wrong from free kicks. Tom Hyam, who conceded the free kick, I think it was Hyam or Bath. Argument for a red card. I didn't see too much argument on the pitch. Argument for a red card up there, from me anyway. There might have been a covering defender, and from my angle it looked like there may have been. But we are... Now that's got this crowd going. 1-0. It's another free kick right at the edge of the box. Surely not. Just what you feared then. Been in complete control for most of the second half. 39th minute, I think it was. Literally complete control. Blackburn have had very little in the way of going forward, and then Tyrese Dolan gets it comes from our mistake when Knight gives it away. That lets Dolan run down the right side. Ball goes to the far post, and as soon as you see Mac Targay go against George Tanner, hits the post, comes out, guess who's there to pop up? How many times has he done that for us? He scores, Andy Vyman. Doesn't celebrate. Doesn't matter, because it's 1-1. And Blackburn pull themselves right into this game. 1-1. That's a really frustrating way to end that first half, where generally we looked relatively okay, apart from one moment where it was a literal 3-on-1. Andy Vyman nicks the ball off Rob Dickey inside our own box. Instead of shooting, he passes it to Tyrese Dolan, who is offside, and then he misses an open net anyway. Tyrese Dolan then before that, really early on in the first half, came close with a shot that just went over the bar. But generally we've been in relative control of the game. Had on the ball, Mike Spurge's got into it, he's got a lot of touch in the middle of the park. Not as many as I've kind of feared. Those wing backs haven't really quite got into the game as much as I wanted to. So towards the end of the first half, Dickey trying to cross play it to Hayden Roberts hasn't quite come off as many times as I'm sure he would have wanted it to. I think this game's there for us to win. Still, I think we've got options on the bench. Naki Wells, Sam Bell, two of them, George Earthy. We've got options on the bench. It's about creating that big chance and taking it. Ainsley Pears at the end of that first half made a ridiculous save from Madison Metti, and then Sinclair Armstrong I think had pretty much a header from on the goal line denied by Tom Hyam as well. So we've had our opportunities, we've had our moments. It's about taking them, and against a really, really good, well-organised Blackburn side, you're gonna want to take your chances if you're gonna want to win your games, because they've got, as I said, they've got attacking options, they've got quality attack going forward. We've got to be able to take our chances, and that's how we'll win this game. Our ability and our test of being clinical is going to be the difference in terms of whether we get a point, no points, and ultimately what we all want, 3 points. Yeah, half time, 1-1. Oh my God, Naki Wells has just been put in one-on-one. There's a long ball over the top of both centre-backs. Naki Wells onside, running in from deep. Tries to chip Ainsley Pears, does so successfully, but it doesn't quite have enough venom on it, and it's cleared off by Britain. City pushing. We've hit 75 on the clock. It has been it's been a bit of a turgid watch. Second half, to be honest. Not had a lot of opportunities in. That Naki Wells one was probably the biggest opportunity of the second half so far. It just feels like the game's petering out just a touch, and maybe this might well end the 1-1. Hopefully not. Hopefully we can win this. Scratch that. We're ahead again. Naki Wells played in now the left-hand side. What a finish! What a finish, son! 2-1! Back ahead with like 12 minutes to go. Come on! See this out. Please, mighty God, see this out. My heart has just fully dropped. Jesus Christ, Mac Targay. It looked like he had a free header from about 4 yards out. It's thankfully ended straight into Max O'Leary's midriff. I am absolutely. My head's on Mars. I don't know what to say. I'm gone. 4 minutes of added time. 4 too many in my eyes, in my humble opinion. Not biased at all. I have a bang headache. Those last 4 minutes were absolute torture. My hair is a mess. Reflective of the game. Would this be the tie in the top 6? Cheers. The way that game ended was torture. It was tortured. It was painful. But did Blackburn create any big opportunities? No, they didn't. Despite only 4 minutes of added time. That is so massive, so huge. Just beating a side in the top 6, 1 point off Blackburn. I'm not seeing the updated league table, but it puts us within a hell of a shout of the top 6. Massive victory. Blackburn, injuries, whatnot. And they played some good stuff this time, so they should have scored more goals. We've managed to find a way to win. Tight game, and substitutions made a massive impact. Gave us a lot of energy, and also helped improve helped the players that were on the pitch remaining. Naki Wells to come up with that. 2 ex-Burnley players scoring against Blackburn. Couldn't write it. So big.